The Charles Richardson Show is uncensored and is for adults only. Mature or immature, doesn't matter.
Wonka, I am extraordinarily busy, sir. I just wanted to ask about the chocolate. The lifetime supply of chocolate for Charlie. When does he get it?
He doesn't.
Why not?
Because he broke the rules.
What rules? We didn't see any rules, did we, Charlie?
Wrong, sir. Wrong. Under Section 37B of the contract signed by him, it states quite clearly that all offers shall become null and void if, and you can read it for yourself in this photostatic copy, I, the undersigned, shall forfeit all rights, privileges, and licenses herein and herein contained, etc., etc. Fax mentis incendium gloria culpum, etc., etc. Memo bis punitor delicatum. It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Carmen, how can I help you?
Yeah, I'm over here at Burger King right here in San Clemente.
Mm-hmm.
No, not San Clemente. I'm sorry. I live in San Clemente. I'm in Laguna Niguel, I think. That's where I'm at. I'm at a drive-thru right now. I ordered my food 3 times. They're mopping the floor inside, and I understand they're busy. They're not even busy. Okay, I've been the only car here. I asked them 4 different times to make me a Western barbecue burger. Okay, they keep giving me a hamburger with lettuce, tomato, and cheese, onions. And I said, I'm not leaving. I want a Western burger because I just got my kids from Taekwondo. They're hungry. I'm on my way home, and I live in San Clemente. Okay, she gave me another hamburger. It's wrong. I said 4 times. I said, I want it. She goes, can you go out and park in front? I said, no. I want my hamburger right. So then the lady came to the manager, whoever she is, she came up and she said, do you want your money back? And I said, no, I want my hamburger. My kids are hungry, and I have to jump on the toll freeway. I said, I am not leaving this spot, and I said, I will call the police because I want my Western burger done right. Now, is that so hard?
Okay, what exactly is it you want us to do for you?
I send the officers down here. I want them to make me right.
Ma'am, we're not going to go down there and enforce your Western bacon cheeseburger.
What am I supposed to do?
This is between you and the manager. We're not going to go enforce how to make a hamburger. That's not a criminal issue. There's nothing criminal.
So I just stand here. So I just sit here and
you need to calmly and rationally speak to the manager and figure out what to do between you.
She did come up, and I said, can I please have my Western burger? She said, I'm not dealing with it. She walked away. Because they're mopping the floor, and it's all full of suds, and they don't want to run. They don't want to go through there. And
ma'am, then I suggest you get your money back and go somewhere else. This is not a criminal issue. We can't go out there and make them make you a cheeseburger the way you want it.
Well, that you're supposed to be here to protect me.
Well, what are we protecting you from? A wrong cheeseburger?
No.
Is this a harmful cheeseburger or something? I don't understand what you want us to do.
Well, just come down here. I'm not leaving.
No, ma'am, I'm not sending the deputies down there over a cheeseburger. You need to go in there and act like an adult and either get your money back and go home.
She's not acting like an adult herself. I'm sitting here in my car. I just want them to make my kid a Western burger.
Now, this is what I suggest. I suggest you get your money back from the manager and you go on your way home.
Okay.
Okay? Bye-bye.
Elmo's got a gun. Elmo's got a gun. Big Bird's on the run. Ernie's dialing 911. What made Elmo snap? Was he tired of Big Bird's crap? They say when Elmo was arrested, they found Oscar headless in the trash. I hear the Gordons really running now that Elmo's got a gun. The street is never gonna be the same. Elmo's got a gun. Elmo's got a gun. Rover's head has come undone. Sesame Street's not real fun. You want me to walk around Sesame Street without a bulletproof vest? Forget about it.
Move over, Chicago. Good morning.
I'm Wilford Brimley, and I'd like to treat you to an ice cream, an apple pie, and diabetes. Diabetes. I'd like to treat you to diabetes. Actually, I'm surrounded by diabetes. Now, one of the things I've learned to do is laugh at people with type 2 adult onset diabetes. And you ought to be laughing at people with type 2 adult onset diabetes every 15 or 20 minutes. I went to see a doctor. And I think the most important thing he said to me was, Wilford, I'm going to give you diabetes. Wilford, if you want to get type 2 adult onset diabetes, I'm going to give you type 2 adult onset diabetes. And ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly the way it's been. Now, I'm not perfect, and I've eaten ice cream and apple pie and ice cream and my medicine and people with diabetes. And have a good day.
This presentation is brought to you by Liberty Medical, helping you to manage your diabetes and get the supplies and support you need so you can live a better life.
Tirade from the one and only Cat Snatch coming at ya.
Don't be a racist, don't be a fool. Everyone is different, everyone is cool.
Everyone is cool.
Don't generalize, don't believe the lies. Racism is hatred in disguise.
All right, we're going to wind it up here now. People attend to it.
Just because you're Asian does not mean you are smart. Just because you're Brazilian don't mean you are a slut. Just because you're Jewish doesn't mean you're tight. Just because you're rich and fat does not mean you are white. Don't be a dick, 'cause I know I'm a hypocrite. Racism is wrong unless you put it into a song. Just because you're Swedish does not mean you are fine. Just because you're American don't mean you own a gun. Just because you're Italian don't mean you can cook. Just because your skin is black don't mean you are a crook.
Now you're not a crook because of the color of your skin.
Don't be a dick, 'cause I know I'm a hypocrite. Racism is wrong unless you put it into a song.
We got to focus on the love and not the hate now.
If you don't like this, try. Don't be a stereotype. Ooh, screw you, hippie. Don't fret. I think this song makes me a hypocrite. So what? I got the microphone.
Here come the keys now. It doesn't matter if you're color red, white, or blue. If you're purple, brown, green, or yellow. Just be you and have a sense of humor, but never be complacent. Don't perpetuate the rumors and do it to be a business.
If you're Indian, don't mean you drive a cab. If you're Lebanese, don't mean you like kebabs. Just because you're French, don't mean that you eat snails. But if you're Japanese, stop mattering the way. Don't be a dick, 'cause I know I'm a hypocrite. Racism is wrong unless you put it into a song.
All right, we're going to do it one more time for the people in the back.
Don't be a dick, 'cause I know I'm a hypocrite. Racism is wrong unless you put it into a song.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Cat Snatch coming at you.
Live from the Raw Talk Studios in Southwest Florida, it's the Charles Richardson Show.
Fly too high, get to see the light. Yeah, it's true, been there before.
Hey, yo, what's up, strangers? What's going on? I just realized that the whole time that all my affiliates been listening to Dead Air for the past 9 minutes.
Oh,
It's like a shithole right now. Oh my god!
what happened?
I forgot to turn the fucking mic on. Just like I do with Tony D, I just turn it on right now. forgot to turn the internal mic on. So everybody in Facebook heard all the bits and everything.
Oh.
And you know what really sucks is this is the recording that goes out to everybody that replays my show. So they're going to go ahead and hear right away, just like 2 seconds of an intro. And it's like, yay, I'm here. Just like a jackass.
Rookie move.
Fuck you.
Fuck you!
He's going to harass you.
Yeah, he's going to hurt. It's okay. You know what? He fills in the shoes that Matt would have had.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of sort of fills in, it, kind of like a less abrasive. Like Tony D's a level 3. Like if we go on categories for hurricanes, I was like a level 5. Matt was like 4, and then Tony's like just above a tropical storm. So he does try though.
I didn't put that together until you said Matt. And I'm like, yeah, he does remind me of Matt.
Right. Got the same thing. Gets girls pregnant all the time. He's got 10 kids. And
you want to hear something crazy about that?
Do I want to hear it? No.
No. It's awesome. It's awesome. So my wife went today to go for the ultrasound.
Yeah.
She is measuring. She's only at 25 weeks. She's measuring at 31 weeks right now.
Dude, what are you feeding her?
The baby is right now approximately 4 pounds, 4 ounces.
Wow.
Damn, that's a big turkey.
It's a big baby.
She's going to push that out of her twat?
How big was the last one?
God damn.
She was 9 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're fine.
See, all mine were tiny, like 6 pounds and under.
Just hope he comes out with a hammer.
Shits.
Yeah, I hope he comes out with a hammer, man. That's all I'm hoping for.
What is up, everybody? It is Friday, June the 4th, 2021. All my affiliates, I apologize. I will definitely send you 9 minutes of credit, which is not much at all. But here in studio, which is finally about damn time we have somebody in studio. We'll get to why Karen's wearing a fucking Batman hat a little later. But we have in studio, his name is Scott. He is a ex-military, and he does suffer from this thing that we're talking about all month long, PTSD. And he's joining us very graciously. Thank you very much for coming on there to talk about it there, Scott.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Karen invited me out a couple days ago, so glad to be here.
She didn't tell you that you were going to be waiting around in my driveway for like 5 or 10 minutes while she was graciously late. You have to realize when she says 6:50, 7 o'clock, that's actually 7:15, 7:20.
Yeah, I had it all planned well and left in time. I didn't know my son was afraid to drive in the rain.
Oh my God.
Like 35 miles. I said, you realize the speed limit's like 55? So can you
I'd be knocking on this fucking guy's door. Let me in, bitch. It's hot in Florida.
Listen, so, all right.
Actually, it's not bad today.
So I made Karen aware. It's like, I'll be, no offense, Scott, but I have never met Scott. I don't know him from a hole in the wall.
Yeah,
never
he
saw
would
him.
be the same way.
So you leave the guy in your driveway?
I left the guy in my driveway. I was about ready to send the Shih Tzu out for him, but I figured it wouldn't do any good. But I left the guy in my. Listen, I made it known that's like, listen, I don't know him.
Were you peeking out the window?
I kind of was in the driveway. I was getting soda. I was peeking out. See, he's on the phone, probably pissed off, texting him, "Where the fuck are you?"
He messaged me. He goes, "I look like a guy from the Waffle House." I'm
I look like a new hire.
Yeah.
I'm in like baggy, nice clothes. I look like a weirdo anyway, standing at the edge of your driveway.
You do not.
Listen,
wait! You were standing at the edge of his driveway.
Somebody said she was almost here, so I got out of the truck.
He was about ready to run.
So Charles, you didn't even like graciously walk out and say, "Hey, I'm Charles. You're in my driveway."
I don't know who he was.
He did walk out, but
yeah,
he walked back in.
I did walk out. I was like, okay, who the fuck is this? It's probably the guy. It's probably the guy that Karen left out high and dry.
Guy standing in your driveway. You couldn't just walk.
I felt really bad. I mean, there was a couple of times I went to the front door. Like, no, I told Karen, no, we're not doing it. No.
Would you like a water?
This is Karen's fault. She can explain when she gets here.
I should have probably explained to him that this is kind of how I scoot in here almost every show. So
it's not nice. It's not.
You
nice.
know what happened, Karen? You know what Charles was thinking? I know exactly what happened. Charles was sitting there. He was like, "Fuck, the landscaping guy's here for his party."
It was not that bad, no. But and I know the landscape.
He was
guy.
probably wondering, is she gonna show today? Like, she's gonna leave this guy in my driveway. She's not gonna show up for the show.
Yeah, no, I'm like saying, no, this ain't happening. No, we're not doing this.
I'm just glad. I mean, it's Florida, so I'm just glad you didn't meet me with a shotgun and standing on the edge of your driveway for a long time.
No, I knew you were coming. I knew I knew Karen was going to come through sooner or later. Damn,
that's great.
Yeah,
like not even a water. Not even like would you like a towel because
By
it's
the
hot
way,
out here?
on the driveway.
Again, this is all on Karen.
So Karen has to bring the water?
Yes.
Man,
Karen has to bring the water, the racetrack, wherever she goes to get that big gulp. She has to go get Scott one.
Well, see, I didn't even get the Polar Pop. I actually
You didn't have time to get a Polar Pop.
No, so on the
You
way,
came in
to
here with a
picking me
Polar
up,
Pop, I
I
would've
said,
kicked
make
your
sure
ass.
you bring me a drink.
I will go get you a drink on break, I promise. And we're not going to do a break midway through the show. We'll take a intermittent little half-ass break because Karen's not here to be part of the show until like 7:10 when I go ahead and finally bring the mics live.
I at least make it before the mics go live.
Barely.
I mean, most of the time.
Barely. I'm over here talking and rambling on and
peeking through your curtains like a freak.
My curtains were actually wide open. He probably could have saw in.
Can you imagine what he would have thought if you just like crack open your door and just roll the water down the driveway?
Hey Scott, let me ask you a question. If he would have walked past the big window with no shirt on, would you just said, "Fuck this," and just turned around and left?
Yeah, that would have been a pretty embarrassing sight right there.
I'm out.
Yeah. Listen,
Scott got no shirt on.
I didn't sign up for this shit. I'm gone.
Hell, Karen sent me to. Thought this was PTSD awareness month. This guy sent me to a fucking frothel.
Yeah, right.
That could have worked both ways, though. I could have showed up without a shirt sitting in his driveway. So.
Now that would have been funny. I'd put that shit on cam any day.
Our neighbor across the street would just love that.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that sicko. He'd probably invite you back there to a shed.
He would be rolling you water.
Yeah, he'd be rolling you all right.
There goes Charles again.
Yeah, shouldn't stand in the driveway out
No,
there.
that guy is the one that you got to worry about having a shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and leave it to David. David goes right over there and talks to him. He sees him out and he's like, "Oh, he's got a chipper."
Wait a minute. You know this guy is kind
We
of
don't
crazy,
know- well,
but you would
yeah.
rather
Oh,
deal with
not
him
me.
than me? Is that what I heard?
No, David.
No, we don't want him
will
on the
actually
fucking
go.
lawn.
He went over there. And he's like, "I'm gonna go talk to him." I'm like, "I don't know if that's a good idea." I've
When-
heard
when-
some things about him. And he's like,
When he starts mumbling under his breath that I can hear calling my son an N-word, I don't want him anywhere near my fucking house.
Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Huge fucking problem.
Yeah,
I'm going over there with no shirt on and some fists.
You know
what I mean?
Fuck fist. I'll go over there with a freaking bat.
I wonder how
Because
he
he's
feels,
a big
'cause,
boy,
like, two
man.
doors-
I need to go ahead and
two
start
doors up
wailing
from
on him.
Just,
I got your back, Charles.
An entire family just moved in.
That too.
So they're closing in. He's got to move out.
David walks over. Is that a 2020 chipper you got there, that long right there, boy?
I know, he's just like-
What you got in that bad boy?
David goes, he told me he's working on it. He's not really sure that 100% that it works. So he's going to check it out. And then he told me to stop by a few days from now and check and see the progress. I'm like, you actually plan on going back to the house I just told you shouldn't? Well, he seems okay. Okay, so he had a good personality today.
So
Today.
apparently everything that
We've
he's heard
a
from us.
curse out the pizza
Yeah,
guy. I mean, we've heard.
He's got a great personality.
Oh yeah, he cursed out the pizza guy one time.
Yeah, don't ever order pizza don't deliver a pizza to this guy. Oh, you know what? Actually, yes, do deliver pizza. Spit the shit in the shit.
Maybe the cop living diagonally from him has calmed him down a little.
You got
I don't know. He told me the other day that my brake light was out.
No.
I already knew, but it was nice of him to tell me anyway.
Yeah, I got some
him
bad
on new
shit.
meds.
Was that after he broke it?
Right.
Yeah, right.
No.
Good call, Scott. Good call. I like that. Man, this must not have been the show that you thought you were going to come on today, wasn't it?
Well, I actually had him listen to Wednesday.
Oh,
so
God.
that he could kind of get a feel of, what it was about.
How
So-
bad it was, right?
No.
Well, you know what? No, see, Wednesday's not that bad.
Hold on
Wednesday
a
was a
second.
good hour interview.
What kind of vibe did you say the show had?
Oh, Howard Stern.
See?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm good. Damn, I'm good. That's right. You know what? That was the correct answer right there. That was the correct answer.
He messaged me that, and I was like, "Hey, that's what he's going for." And
Yep. I was going
just
for
to
that.
let you know. Just to let you know, this is the first time I've ever eaten on camera while on the radio, and I accomplished it.
Bam. You know what?
I see you do it all the time. I said,
do
"Fuck
it
it,
all
I'm
the
doing it
time.
tonight."
It's
I
a
said, "I'm doing it tonight."
natural task.
I said, "I'm doing it tonight. Fuck it, I'm giving it a shot."
I tried to have dinner, like scarf
Nope.
some of it down before I left.
No respect for the show. Just come
I
on in
tried-
and just scarf down a sandwich.
I tried cooking Mongolian chicken,
Ooh.
which apparently it turned out really good. I don't like it.
Well, as long as it's not the bacon cornbread.
The sauce
That's
is
all
really.
I care about.
Shut up.
Gonna hold that
I
treat
am
till the day
going.
you
I know
die.
until I redeem myself.
Nah, it's not happening.
Hey,
You're
I
not
have a
redeeming yourself.
house with an oven now. I can actually do that.
Wait, you had a house without an oven before?
Oh,
Well, I didn't have a house. I just
oh, okay.
She was living in one of those extended stay. You know what? You know what people.
I know.
You know where people extend their stay for a week or two. This was like more than like 2 or 3
Hey,
years.
It was only a year.
It was
and
bad.
like 2 months.
And yeah,
A
what were
year,
you
2
doing
months.
before then? It wasn't in a
Oh,
house.
I was in a house before. Yes, I was because you said it was so creepy. It kind of scared you to drive there.
Oh, that house that looked like
with the Mexicans. Next
yeah.
door, right?
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
prostitutes on the corner.
And they were all living with you, weren't they?
Well, we got a listener.
No, it's
We got a listener that knows where all the prostitutes go. It's called Pickle Park.
Wait,
yes.
Wait, we have listeners.
Yeah, you got listeners, all right, buddy. You got some really unique ones.
Oh, hey, listen, I never claimed that. Anyway, all right. So anyway, let's dive into Scott real quick because obviously he's our featured guest that's not getting any feature right now. So Scott, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Obviously, ex-military, suffering from this horrible thing. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah.
You work at the Waffle House, right?
Well, I'm trying to get on there. You know, I'm in my applicant clothes. I was in the military from 2006 to 2012. I did 2 deployments to Afghanistan, and yeah, I never experienced anxiety until after my second deployment, and it's pretty bizarre. It's a weird transition to go from no anxiety to PTSD and anxiety because at first you kind of deny it, or at least that's what I did. I never took anybody's advice seriously. Anytime I went to ER for 3 or 4 panic attacks, and every time I went there, they're like, "You're having a panic attack," and I was like, "I don't have panic attacks. Like I'm having a heart attack."
Yeah,
right.
And
panic attack. What's that?
Yeah, I was like, "That's bullshit." And finally, my 4th time at the ER, I had a doctor who was like, "Look, I will do every test in the book, but you have to take a Xanax and give me 30 minutes."
Right.
And did the Xanax. 30 minutes later, no symptoms. I mean, like I was coming down. I still had some stuff, but it was tapering off. And I was like, holy shit, like maybe there's something to this.
Mhm.
So then I went to therapy, and then the first person's like, "Oh, you got PTSD." And I'm like, that's bullshit. And then went to the next therapist and to the next therapist. The VA gives you like a therapist once a week. So there's really no progression there. You just keep telling the same story over and over.
Yeah, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Double fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, they all leave. They're all like, "Oh, I want to be your therapist. We're going to do long therapy sessions. We're going to go through this year or 2." And then they're like, "Oh, I left."
Right.
Now you're going to see this next person. Oh, they left. I'm
You
like,
on
"What the hell?"
drugs?
Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah, it does.
It's horrible.
It's
Well, I
horrible.
finally went to a civilian therapist, and I was with her for a year, and she helped me out a lot. And then she just quit being a therapist altogether. Like, just quit and moved to South Carolina. She told me, she texted me, and I was like, well, maybe
You know what
it's
that's-
me.
you know what
Maybe-
that sounds like? Yeah, you know what
maybe
that-
I'm fucked up. Like,
It's like I'm over here thinking it's like, you know what that sounds like? That actually sounds like, you know what? I was straight until you turned me lesbian. I would
Yeah,
never
like-
let myself down on that one.
yeah, she's like, oh yeah, like I plan on being in this for like 30 years, like no problem. I'm gonna retire here. And then she was like, a year later, she's like, I'm out. So I was like,
I'm
"All right."
Yeah, I find that is the biggest problem when it comes to finding the right therapist because they leave. You'll
Yeah.
get. I just found out today, and it's so bizarre that my doctor is moving, and he's great. He's a great psychiatrist. He's moving to Thursday mornings and Friday mornings now, and then I'm like, yeah, man, this ain't gonna fucking work now. So now I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. Long term. I got to find another doctor and go through this process again.
Well, that's the part of it too. Like they can give your other therapist like all your paperwork and your records and stuff, but it doesn't matter because they still want to know. They want to hear it from you, and so then you end up, fucking spending the next 3 or 4 sessions going over everything that you've already gone over from the get-go.
And it's not just tiring. I think it's emotionally tiring because at least that's what I find is that the going through the whole beginning process was bad enough the first time you got to tell it, and now you got to rehash it every single time you change a person. It's like that's the part I'm trying to get past.
It's like you're reliving all this shit.
You're not making any progress either because you got to start back over with this new person.
Yeah, and that's and then everybody has their own like solutions or treatments and stuff. So now you're trying. I've been through 6 therapists since I've started this, and so that's 6 different treatments, 6 different treatment plans.
Has anybody made any progression with you?
Yeah, I mean my civilian therapist. My problem is we don't really have the triggers down. We don't really know what triggers me, which kind of makes it a little bit scarier because I can be anywhere. I can be with my kids and shit, and then just now all of a sudden I feel like I'm going to pass out, and having a 1-year-old in your hands, and you're the only one home,
right?
And you're having this panic attack where you think I might pass out here. So that's always scary. But
well, did they ever have you or suggest that you get someone that it was explained to me kind of like and you would have an AA partner. So, but it's just somebody that you can call or access and talk to, so that when you're starting to feel like that, hey, this is where I'm at, this is how I'm feeling, then kind of talk you down from it.
No one's ever given me. I will say the VA has like group like therapy sessions, but that's just not something
that doesn't help in the moment.
Interests me, because everybody has their own stories. Everybody's gone through their own shit. So
I feel like when you go through group therapy sessions, like you're just going and walking into a bunch of people's bullshit, and it's like, dude, I need my help. Like I need me singly. Like I brought it up not that long ago that a lot of these centers that you go to that are civilian. And by the way, Scott, I was a firefighter and I suffered a TBI, and now I got all these PTSD problems and all this. So I'm in the same boat as you, man. I served. It's crazy. I get it, but the whole civilian transition with going to therapy is that it's not one-on-one. You're hearing everyone else's shit, and you don't have enough time to get your shit off the plate. And that doctor or therapist that's sitting in the room is therapying 16 people sometimes in one group session. How are they going to get to you? That's the biggest downfall with the system in America right now. And I can only imagine what you're going through with the VA system, because that's even worse. The VA for you guys is horrible.
So that's funny that you say that, because like my thing is I'm very empathetic too. So not only are you listening to everybody's bullshit, but you're kind of feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, like, I mean, not to put down like what I've been through, but some of these dudes are fucked up. Some of these people have been through the ringer. Just like, I mean, I could be grouped in with like a Vietnam vet. Like, I got no business being in there with that guy. Like, I'm gonna come out of there like, fuck, I'm a pansy.
Good.
Like,
I'm good.
Yeah, like what in the hell?
Scott, when you go ahead and go into these group sessions, do you even find it helpful at all? Do you even get any, do you even get any satisfaction doing this group thing, or do you think one-on-one's the better way to go? I mean, obviously it's always better the way, but do you get anything out of the group?
I think one-on-one therapy is obviously the best way to go. I think if you're going to do group therapy, it's more like group activities.
I think their idea is like time.
I think so. To me, it is. To me, I'm not going to do it. But if you're going to do like group activities where, you all might go fishing or something like that, and what they're trying to do is build bonds and networking with people who, might not have been through the same shit as you, but have the same symptoms.
Right.
I think that's worth it. I mean, like we were talking about there, like he's got TBI and then PTSD. Like those, it's even though we've been through different situations, I'm sure but we have the same symptoms, and that can be it's almost kind of calming to find out, because it's weird. I know it's like a popular thing. A lot of people have anxiety and a lot of people have PTSD, but like you do kind of feel alone. You kind of feel like I'm fucked. Like, this is crazy. So when you find out other people have it, people that and stuff, that is helpful.
How's your sleep, Scott? That's my biggest problem.
complete shit.
yeah. My sleep is I can go sometimes two days without a wink of sleep until they got me on what I'm on now. They got me on Klonopin, and they got me on the Klonopin, and it's been working to help me with my sleep at night. But the problem that I keep running into is that the anxiety during the day comes out of nowhere, and I can't figure out what the trigger is. I don't know where it comes from, and it's just out of nowhere. My heart rate goes up to 120 beats per minute, and I'm like, oh, here's another hospital bill going to the ER, racking up hospital bills, and they're just going to tell me the same thing. It's a panic attack, and the hospitals don't really do much for that.
See, I'm getting a panic attack right now watching your camera, seeing this weirdo pop in and out right there at the top of the screen.
That's my father.
Oh, okay, all right. I can calm down now.
He's being invaded as we watch him.
So just like Tony says, he's got some medication that he's trying to go ahead and have some type of sleep. And Scott, you're saying it's complete shit. I mean, we also have another guy who does the morning show on the station. Scotty. Ironically, you have the same name, but he's like saying he switches back and forth between like Xanax, no, not Xanax, but CBD pills and oil and what is it that what's the sleep that we give Stefan? Melatonin. That's it. Yeah. And he takes the adult melatonin. So it's like, and of course, sometimes he just rolls up a big fatty and just smokes it. And but he's like going through like all these things. Like, okay, this is going to work for a week, and it's not going to work, and then I have to go into the next one. And it's kind of like a rotation, like a pitching rotation for a baseball team. He's got all these things lined up, and he just kind of just goes to what is working that night. Do you have anything like that, Scott, where you have like maybe a routine to try to help you sleep?
Well, I have a really big problem with medication. Like I've never done drugs. I know it's kind of weird. It's like a fucking unicorn nowadays, but,
I'm a fucking unicorn right there. Rainbow.
There you go.
I'm a rainbow.
Yeah, because I've always had this issue with losing control of my body, like internally. I can't do that. So I don't like drinking. I don't like drugs or anything like that. So I had a hard time just taking Xanax, but I do have Xanax up on deck, ready to take. It's actually in the truck right now in case I freak out. But I take that in Lexapro, and where I'm at now, it's manageable. It's not gone, and I still have anxiety attacks. I still have panic attacks, but they're manageable. They're not sending me to the ER, so I've kind of learned to live at that point.
Is there anything that you would kind of avoid? Like, are there places you avoid? Foods that you avoid? Movies or types of movies or types of stimulants that you would avoid? That things you see? Anything of that nature?
That's actually a really good question because my anxiety popped off working out.
So gyms.
Yeah. So at the gym, not thinking about anything. And then suddenly, like, heart rate goes up, blood pressure is down, I'm pale, I can't breathe, and I'm out for like 3-4 hours. And so I've gained since I've started having my first major development in this was ended up being like almost like a 10-day continuous panic attack. And so since then I've gained like 100 pounds, which also, hurts with your depression, hurts with sleeping, hurts with anxiety.
Please tell me that's not where you're at now. 100 pounds heavier than you were.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What the fuck were you, a toothpick before?
I'm almost 300 pounds right now.
Stand up. I got to see this shit. Dude. All right. Hold on a second. Keep talking.
Keep talking.
What's he doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
300 pounds.
I'm 300 pounds.
You are not 300 pounds. I'll tell you.
Oh, you're a little bit taller. You're a little bit taller.
Still, though, you should. If he's short, he should be bigger. Just saying.
He doesn't like that you're more spread out.
You know what? I got a scale.
We'll check the scale before I leave.
Yeah, we're gonna get the scale on.
I just had Taco Bell too, so I'm probably
I
like
didn't hear
301,
anything. I apologize, but yeah, I was standing next to him. He's like 6'1", 6'2". I'm over here with a gut like I'm freaking pregnant with triplets, and he's over here like barely showing. So it's like, there's no way you're 300 pounds unless I really gained weight recently.
Well, the problem I have,
or maybe my scale's wrong. Maybe I'm like 400 and I'm not 300.
Going in the trash tonight.
That's it. Garbage.
Don't say that. 'Cause
Recycling.
I already hate stepping on that as
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, don't make it worse, Charles. But with me, I've had insomnia since I was a kid. And I mean, as far back as I can remember, I never slept. And then, of course, I started off with trauma really, really young. But now, as an adult, now that I have tried things like CBD, and then I tried the edibles and stuff, yes, they did help me go to sleep. The problem is when I have panic attacks, if it's in my sleep, I also have sleep paralysis. So you're already, and I'm claustrophobic, so you're already unable to move. And you're having this panic attack. So you feel yourself having a hard time breathing, your heart is racing, and you can't move. So then it just sets on a whole different type of panic. And that's the only thing that I've found with, I like that the edibles take my pain away, and I like that it does help me go to sleep. The problem is how many panic attacks I will have
during your sleep.
Yeah, during my sleep. And so it's kind of like I have to weigh, do I want to walk tomorrow or do I go ahead and take it and suffer tonight?
Well, listen, if you don't have to work, I'm not worried about walking. As long as I can crawl my way to the bathroom, I'm fine.
I'm sorry, this is off topic, but you said bathrooms, so it made me think of it. So my first complaint about the house is I was sitting at the dining room table, and
no, you are not allowed to complain about the house. You are not allowed to complain about the house.
I told David, I said, he goes, so you're liking the house? I said, I do. I said, but
until
it's so far from the bathroom.
Well, listen, I'm sure they didn't make
pivoted on the bed.
I'm sure they didn't make I'm sure they didn't make the outhouse to your specifications. All right.
There's a lot of structural flaws in the house, but anyway, okay. So anyway, go ahead.
God,
that's with your whole sleeping. That's funny because my sleeping issue is dreaming. So the harder I sleep, the more vivid my dreams are. So that becomes.
So you get a deep REM. That's what you get. See, I have the opposite. I don't go into REM at all. So that's what they're treating me for. So I don't dream. I don't get in a deep enough sleep. And then that's where my panic comes from. Like I'll wake up 6-7 times in the middle of the night. And ever since I got on the Klonopin, now I'm having like the most fucked up vivid dreams that I could possibly even talk about. Like it's
one of the medications they have me on are they said, because they said this could cause your dreams to be like off the wall. And it's almost like your dreams become part of your fears, but then it goes in a whole different situation, whole different direction. But yeah, you're almost freaking out in the dream. And so then that's the other thing I didn't like about the medication is because it's like, okay, I want to sleep, but I don't want to be traumatized while I'm sleeping. So then you're left restless the next day anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. My dreams always go back to Afghanistan. So I kind of fight sleep. So I don't know.
You say fight in your sleep, or you don't want to go to sleep?
Like I don't want to go to sleep. Like I have sleep medication that they've put me on, but I won't take it because
I have it too.
Because I freak out.
Does it help if you watch porn before you fall asleep? Like you just go to bed with the heart on, and like maybe
who goes to bed with the heart on after. Usually finish that off.
Well, listen, I still finish. I'm still stiff a little bit until the end. I mean, it takes a minute or two, but maybe I just like doze right off and like instead of fighting in Afghanistan, maybe I'm
fighting a hard on
with this. No, instead of fighting in Afghanistan, maybe I'm fighting. I'm fucking a hot hooker that's over there.
Charles versus the boner.
No, just saying.
Well, he is a Star Wars fan, so maybe it's a sword.
Let's play with our swords.
Yeah. Fighting the Schwartz.
What's your lightsaber guy?
Right.
I'm just saying. I know it's kind of on the joking manner, and we got to take this seriously a little bit.
Does yours make a noise when it opens up?
That's an honest that's an honest response to that. It's like
right.
I did that. I was like, well, maybe I should just fucking go to bed, and then maybe that'll help.
To relieve stress.
So you tried that?
Yeah.
See?
You tried.
See, doesn't sound that fucked up now, does it?
No.
I mean,
you
I
want to
guess.
sleep, but you want to have those good sleeps where you don't, you're not dreaming.
Right.
You wake up in a pool of sweat. So I'm like, man, I watch cartoons. I've watched the porn. I've watched movies, like anything I could. I've listened to like classical music.
Oh yes.
Nothing seems to work.
Have you ever listened to what was that clip that you played on Wednesday? Kevin Hart talking about grabbing a man's dick while in a fist fight. Have you ever listened to that clip?
Yeah.
If not,
Charles has it
right here. But
Charles has it. He'll put it on an MP3 disc for you. Send you.
Yeah.
Put it on repeat.
Well, it must be a good stress reliever because I know when I start getting really crabby, I'm never bitchy. But David will say, okay, we've had enough. And apparently my kids can notice because my one son got us a hotel room and we were coming home from playing pool and he goes, all right, you two are getting out here. I said, why? He goes, Mom, we love you, but you've really been cranky lately. So you two go and have a good night.
I
was like, oh, have I? I'm a joy to be around, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's nice. My wife just gets hangry.
She gets hangry?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, I have a son
it's the worst.
and you know what? Two people, they should not be together if they both have that same problem because my son definitely gets hangry and his wife is probably just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah.
So that's another question too. Home life. Because I you have a wife and kid, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Two kids. So you have, so four is now. Does it ever seem like you're claustrophobic, and or at the opposite end too is how does your wife handle this? Like, is she reading up on how to help, how to maintain it? Or she just runs.
She has always had anxiety, which is funny because we've been together since before I was in the Army, and I'm not gonna lie, I used to be a real prick when it comes to like people who said they have anxiety, or I'm like, you're just being a bitch. Like, you're just lazy, or you're just, when they said they have social anxiety, I'm like, why are you being difficult? There's no reason for this shit. So I spend most of my days apologizing for that nowadays. But
it's done, it's over with. I mean, listen, everybody gets it.
Yeah, she's used to the anxiety, and it's new to me. So now it's kind of the tables have flipped because she's like, you'll get through it. I'm like, I'm dying. Like, I'm having a panic attack. She's like, just breathe. You'll
Get
be
busy.
fine. Yeah, I'm like,
shut up. Stop being a bitch.
But I did get bullshit after my first that first series of panic attacks that I had. I actually became agoraphobic for about a year. Like, I just couldn't leave the house. Like, every time, I don't know what happened. Like, I couldn't leave the room for like a week, and then I couldn't leave the house for like a couple months. Then when I leave the house, I couldn't leave my neighborhood, and I worked my way up, and it was a real pain in the ass. But like, I was like, I'm not going to be this. I'm not going to be stuck in my house, not with my kids.
How's it been?
Sorry.
How's it been with COVID though? Have you followed the lockdown when it first started happening, and if so, how's that been?
Yeah, I mean, we followed the lockdown to the T, and it's hard. I mean, yeah, it's definitely hard, but you kind of just get in a groove and try not to think about it. But that's usually where, honestly, you just kind of stuff it down until it explodes. It explodes, and then you just go back to stuffing it down.
Yeah,
there's not. I mean, there's really no. What can you do? Like, that's it.
Is there any? I mean, so you mentioned it's like that's all you can really do is kind of hold it in. And you're still looking for that, release, what your triggers are and stuff like that. Tony, I know he's mentioned it too on the show and other shows. Like, when he's probably doing it now. No, he's not. But it's like anytime his symptoms start getting acting up, he starts playing on his phone. Do you have like one of those things that you go to when stuff you start getting worked up, anxiety? Do you have like a thing that you hold or do or something? No, don't say your cock.
No. She's probably been staring at me. I've been playing with your Allen wrenches over here for like the entire interview.
All right, so there you go. It's my Allen wrenches. Damn it, Allen.
I'm gonna take these with me.
Here, so I fidget with them.
I'm over here fidgeting with the freaking hand sanitizer lid over here.
Something on this desk because I'm a fidgeter.
Yeah.
So
have you seen those like little fidget boxes that they have, like little squares of buttons and stuff on them?
So I actually work with children with autism.
Oh,
so I've got all the fidget toys.
Bring them out. Let's go.
I can't do those popping ones because that's a trigger for me. Is anything?
Should we do fidget toys brackets?
That's repetitive. I can't do it. So my kids, of course, I have an autistic son, and then his sister loves to play with those stupid popping things, and I'm like, She's like, but I bought it with my allowance. You're not 18. It's still mine.
So They hardly make a noise.
Oh,
though.
they do, but it's fine if it's like, oh, that one, and then a few minutes later, oh, that one. But if it's like, no, oh, see, just me doing it.
Unless maybe
I
you're
can't do it.
talking about a different one than
It's
what
a
I'm
little-
talking about.
the ones that push the
bubble wrap or whatever.
Yeah, I'll give that to them. They can go outside with it. Do not pop that.
That's one of the things
repetitively
Stefan
there.
brought home is one of
I
those.
was gonna
those-
say there's one in the other room.
you know what? Get that scuff real quick. Let's see how he does.
I'll be over here
Karen's
twitching.
gonna go into it.
Yo, Karen.
Panic
Yeah.
attack
Then,
over here.
then Karen's gonna go ahead and have to find some bubbles for her too.
I don't know how I like you are with your kids, but I do my best to know, like, okay, I know the tapping is something that irritates me. So I've got kids, so I'll be driving and one of them's tapping something. And I'll be like, oh, it's a kid, Karen, just deal with it, cope with it, just let it go. And so then the second one will start. And then I'll be damned if David's not on the window. Like, stop it!
Stefan pop.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's annoying.
And I'm
That's what
like,
they know. That's more annoying
stop!
than anything. And you get freaking. You just go off the chain on something that I find just frivolous. I really, you go way off the chain, and it's like, don't you deal with this, 6 to 9 hours a day in the? Why can't you deal with this?
But that's why.
Yeah.
I actually met
Do I have to pay you? Is that what it is?
my kids, my twins' preschool teacher. She told me, we got on Family one day, and she said, I love kids. I love my job. That's why I never had kids, because I loved my job and I liked what I did. But if I had to go home to that, and some people just can't. And then there's people that like you cope with it all day long and to get through your day. And then when you're home, you just want that kind of relief. But if you've got another one going, you're just like, I've had enough. Stop.
Exactly.
That's like every profession, though.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Like you get a mechanic, they always have that one broke down car in their driveway. Like they're always working
Shut
on
up,
it.
Charles.
They're always working on it. Like they're really good mechanics, but they always have some shit that they have to fix.
Well, wait, with the exception of really good mechanic, that sounds like somebody I know. I'm just saying. Oh god,
No, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough having a family life with PTSD and mental illness and all that stuff. It's tough. I'll be the first to tell you. I mean, there's days where I need my space, where I got to walk outside and I need 20 minutes, and here come my kids running out the damn door. I'm like, God damn it, I just need 20 fucking minutes. Like 20 fucking minutes is all I need.
No, Daddy, you're not getting that.
I do the exact same thing. I barricade myself in my room. Like you're easily irritable too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need a
very.
PlayStation. That's all I need. Give me about
Like, when
30 minutes to an hour.
When
See,
you
I
know
can't
it's
do that
coming.
long.
Oh, sorry, Karen.
No, you're fine.
No, it's okay. You can go over, Karen.
when you know it's coming that day, like like I don't know about you, but like when like mine starts at the beginning of the fucking day from the moment I wake up, and it will go the whole day, like, and it's up and down, up and down, up and down, and I just know it's just going to be a real ugly day. I don't know about you, Scott, but I know with me, when I'm having an episode, it starts from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, and hopefully the next day it's gone. So
mine,
yeah.
if I'm gonna have a panic attack, it's sudden and usually without any kind of warning.
Well, you're also trying to figure out too what the triggers are. So it's like you don't know what the triggers are, you can't predict anything, or you don't. You it's a hard time predicting, I should say.
Well, then you kind of then you become an overthinker, which leads to more anxiety because now come in here and I'm like, oh, I'm going to meet new people. I need to have I need to have my Xanax in case I freak out. Like I need to make sure I can get out the door easily in case I can't breathe.
See, it's a good thing I barricade myself behind 6 monitors. I have a little bit of protection right here.
I'm not going to go out swinging.
He overthinks things though. So he can kind of he can kind of understand the overthinking and it causing panic. So
I do too. I the last couple of days has been like crazy because I had to renew my credential for work. Well,
oh yeah, we're gonna get into this.
It didn't go through because the date was just a hair chopped off on the side of one of the things that I sent in. So.
Bastard.
So I go and I resubmit it. Well, now I can't work until it gets resolved. So I resubmit and I'm waiting and I'm checking my email, and because there's no phone number to call. And then they send me an email back finally today. You didn't pay the late fee. Yes, I did.
Fuck you.
But and here I'm in my head, I'm thinking, am I going to end up getting fired over this? Am I going to lose my job because of a date being cut off by just a hair?
I would honestly, my anxiety I'd be like, I just need to give up. Like, I'm just going to walk away. Like, if I have any issues with my business, as soon as it happens, like we put in, I didn't know this, but you're supposed to put in your taxes for your business by like March 31st.
Right.
Completely different from your personal taxes.
Yes.
And didn't know that. I've been in business 4 or 5 years now.
What do you do?
I'm a videographer.
No way, really?
Yeah. So
I could have used you about 5-6 years ago when I wasn't DJing, doing mobile DJing.
Yeah, that's what I do now, and which is nice because I get to make my own hours and stuff. But put in my taxes, and IRS just hit me with a $900 late fee. $850.
Oh shit!
Them motherfuckers.
And I'm like, my first
bastard.
My immediate reaction is like, I'm just gonna close shop. I'm just leaving. Like, I'll move. Like, I'm done.
I'll send you a number because there's actually another pandemic situation, but due to fines and tax fees and all that, with the pandemic, they're excusing them. But you have to file this paper in order to get it. So
it said I had to write a detailed explanation as to why I think I should be able to get out of that.
Do that and just follow up with it. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be
just say in your description, I try to go to sleep by watching porn videos. Just leave it in there. Just leave it in there. Be like, I got fucking issues.
Contacted by one of the IRS people.
The Army has made me a porn addict. So
yes.
I wonder if I can get another disability rating for that.
I haven't even seen part 2 yet.
Games.
What's that?
To being addicted to video games, you can get disability for that.
I'm addicted.
There you
I need
go,
that.
man.
I don't think the VA will give me a VA.
Well, just in general.
Yeah, I don't know about the VA. I think the VA would say you're just a big pussy.
They want to fight you on PTSD. They're like, yeah, but how bad are you suffering?
Are you able to function?
Like, have you put a gun to your head? Like,
and that's the thing too. It's like, and real seriously, how can you go into a group and expect to get help where the person next to you probably has it 10 times worse? Maybe the person to the right of you or left of you has it 10 times easier. I mean, how much help can you really get in a group?
But that's
I think
also how I
just a
cope.
waste.
Because I had a social worker ask me one time, she's like, so do you ever get depressed?
Yeah.
I said, am I alive?
I'm always depressed.
Everybody gets depressed from time to time. How bad is it? I said, I wake up and I say, if I look out my door and I see 10 people, probably 8 of them have it worse than I do. And that actually helps me a little bit because it's like, don't front about your problems so much because there's worse out there.
So as long as the world's shoving other people down below you,
exactly.
you're fine. As long as you can walk on the heads of other people, you'll be all right.
I try to help those people out, but still, yeah, as long as I know, somebody else is out there got it worse than me. How can I complain? I can't complain if I've got it better.
You know what? At some point in time, what if nobody has it worse than you? Then what?
Yeah, you're the bottom.
What happens?
Well, I'm still breathing, so
all right then.
So now you have to realize that you're motivation for other people being at the bottom. So now you got to live. Now you got to keep living because
somebody always have to be the stopping block.
But that actually is probably 90% of what keeps me going is helping other people.
Because you're the stomping block.
I'm saying that you're the lowest point. So people are like, well, I could be as bad off as Karen.
Can I ask you a question, Karen? It may be on topic, but I don't think it is. What the fuck's with the Batman hat?
Okay, so I was hoping you'd forget. All right, I'm moving and I can't find my hairbrush. So I took a shower and I couldn't brush my hair. So I said, Davey, where's that Batman cap you've got? He's like, right here. I'm like, good, I need to borrow it. So
I think
we got a Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
one
we
if
have
you
Super
want it.
Mario's. I think that's even better. That was even better.
I think that's a legitimate reason for the Batman hat.
It is. 3 hairbrushes, and I literally cannot find one.
I didn't brush my hair today.
At least it's a Batman hat.
I know, right? I almost wore a wig.
So actually, let's take a close-up look at Tony here. Tony has a backwards hat on. What's the reason for the backwards hat there, Tono?
Because I'm holding on to my young age. Okay.
Yeah. What's the verdict on that one there? No.
Coming from somebody who wears a hat backwards all the time.
I do not.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Do you see me wearing a hat now?
Yeah, because you're not at Disney World.
Quite often.
Doesn't matter. I've worn a hat backwards before on the
Charles,
show. I'm not doing it.
every time you were at Disney World, you got a backwards Patriots hat on. Every time, or you got a Patriots jersey on with the backwards hat on. You got to go.
Stalker.
Don't post shit on Facebook.
That's right.
I have seen you with the
Guys,
backwards.
you're fucking stalking me now, you creepo.
So much so that our son, as soon as he gets a hat, he's like, "Look, I'm like Daddy." He puts it on back.
There you go.
Jesus,
calling
listen.
you out.
All right.
That's right.
Whatever. Whatever.
And
Charles, stop setting yourself up.
I don't think I'm trying to think. Of
I
what
wasn't
hats
setting
we have.
myself up.
We don't have any sports hats. I think we have a couple work hats, but other than that, so it was this or.
Speaking of, I gotta get a new Patriot hat. The other one's kind of run to shit.
Here we go.
Yeah, same with the Patriots.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You've got several hats though. You've got a couple of Patriots ones. You've
I got a Red Sox one.
Red
I got a.
Sox.
But talking about mental illness, what the hell
I got
is
a
going
bite
on
squad.
with Kobe Bryant?
What?
What is going on with him?
He's dead.
Kobe Bryant's
No,
dead.
wrong one. Sorry.
Here's what's going on with Kobe Bryant.
His mental
He's
health
buried.
is
He's dead.
No, who's the one?
LeBron James.
LeBron
His
James.
low.
Thank you.
LeBron James. LeBron James.
He's a sore loser. That's what
Oh
what
my
it is.
God, I'm sick of seeing him in the news. Like,
Scott, I apologize. The fact that Karen just went ahead and compared people with mental health to LeBron James, that's fucked up right
I
there.
don't know why that
I do
name
not
came-
I do not blame you one bit for walking out of the show in haste.
I'm hanging up the headphones.
Yeah.
Listen.
How do you feel about driving in that driveway now, huh, Scott?
Biggest fucking mistake ever.
You could have stayed outside. Think about that. Well, it's raining now, so it's probably a good thing you're not.
Yeah, it's a good thing you showed up somewhat on
Yeah,
time.
it's raining.
Yeah. Is it pouring out or raining? Or just...
It's not pouring. It's just raining.
Yeah. Finally, we get some rain though.
Yes.
Well, it was raining earlier today too.
Yeah.
My yard was straw before 2 days ago.
813-699-5353. If anybody's listening, wants to call in the show, you know the number, 813-699-5353. Kind of quiet. We got Scott in here, ex-military, sufferer of PTSD. He's dealing with it just like everybody else, trying to make some headway, going to these nonsense group sessions, trying to fight the man and figure out, hey, give me a fucking person that knows what the fuck I'm dealing with that can solve my fucking problems. Did I say fuck enough? No, I did not.
The problem is that they're studying and trying to doctor from a book instead of they have no experience in it.
Whoa, so I should go ahead. You listen, Karen. I should go ahead and actually forward Scott the study. By the way, Tony, did you read that study that I sent you?
I did. I didn't dig completely into it, but I read enough of it to. It's
Is
good.
it something that is helping, or do you think could help?
Me personally, I think it's something that you should try.
Okay,
I think it's something.
So I got a PDF. It's a 5-page PDF of the study of hypnotherapy with PTSD, and if you give me your email after the show, I'll go ahead and send it to you. Read up on it.
It's very interesting, Scott. It's
definitely helped. Maybe
let me explain. From just as two sufferers, it's something that you'll look at and you'll be like, how? But the more that you read into the study and you look at what they're doing to revamp, like the biggest thing that I have a problem with the whole thing is wanting to go back and relive that moment. I can't do that. I know that that's a big no-no. Like I can't go back to that area. And they stress on that as being one of the things is like pretty much going back and being like, I'm going to win it this time.
Well, that's like
I'm
therapy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that's the one thing I didn't agree with. But the other stuff of reorganizing the brain, rewiring the brain to be more aware that you have it, but you can like kind of push it down. I agree with that. So I think it's worth trying because I mean, at this point, when you're suffering, I mean, what the hell? I mean, it's better than medication, right?
Yeah, you try anything. I mean, if I'll try porn, I'll try hypnotherapy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. Porn, hypnotherapy, whatever.
Puts you to sleep. Whatever.
I just don't think a person can really be hypnotized.
Honestly, I'm
denier.
the same way.
I
I watched your show Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk bad about somebody, but I was critical of what he was saying. So
I'm just one of those believers that you can't be hypnotized. So
I would try though.
Yeah, like you said, try anything once, but
then if somebody films me clucking like a chicken, then maybe it's true.
The thing I feel with the hypnosis is I think it's for the weak-minded. That's my personal belief. Now, it could vary if you have somebody that's a real expert that knows what the hell they're doing, like I think Tim does. But I think he might be able to go ahead and do that. But you have to be also accepting of the treatment, and if you can accept the treatment, maybe it might work.
I mean, honestly, I think part of that comes with just rerouting your thinking. I mean, you can say the same for faith, right? So, like,
true.
If you're a spiritual person, if you believe it, that can actually help you on a physical level with anxiety because of the way you let go of things. But if you don't believe it and you're just kind of going through the motions, then you're not going to feel it. So, I went a long time without any kind of spiritualness. I don't know what you want to call it. So
religion.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Listen, you don't have to be spiritual to seek help. You don't have to be spiritual to get PTSD. You don't have to be spiritual to be cured from it. It is what it is. It's different from everybody. What could help Tony may not be able to help you. What could help Scott may not be able to help Tony.
And that's
so
true.
It's
100%.
It really depends. So, and
you
that's
know what helps me. I'll be honest. Like
the
talking
show,
to him, talking. Well, yeah, well that. And then no, talking to somebody that goes through the same thing that you're going through. Like I'm through something known as the Heroes Program, Scott. It's for first responders, police, EMS, military. It's a whole guru, guys.
That's what Scott
we meet up in the beginning. It's usually 3 days a week. It's evenings from like 7 to 9, and we all meet up. I go once a month now because I stepped down from the program, so I go once a month and I meet up with everyone. But we all just sit down, have coffee, or we just talk about our month and like what's been going on. And that is the biggest therapy of all for me, is being with people that are going through the same exact thing. The civilian therapy sessions where you got a guy next to you, and this is a true story, that like tried to stab himself in the throat to end himself, isn't helping me with my PTSD. I need to be with guys that have gone through trauma and that have the insomnia, that go through the dreams, and that have the war stories, as they call it, to discuss it, because those stories and those times, it's hard to explain to anyone if you haven't ever done the job or served. Like, I need to be with someone that understands the verbology or the terminology of what we're saying. So, like, if someone says to Scott, "Oh, what was your MOS?" and he tells them what his MOS is, and it's a civilian, they ain't gonna know what the fuck he's talking about. And then it's like the same thing with like someone asking me, what happened in the firefighter world with you, with EMS 1 and all that, and I can explain it. It's hard to be in just a public setting with people who don't understand trauma of the magnitude as a first responder.
And that's also the whole meaning of this whole month, is to try to get awareness and to educate the uneducated about it, to get more help to the people that need the help. And Tony's been an advocate of this because he's had so many issues, and he's been basically denied help up to a certain degree, to where it's bad out there.
The system's broken, and that's ultimately what it breaks down to. Every state's different, but the system is just broken. As me and Charles have discussed, and Karen and Alyssa, we have all sat here and said that money is not being allocated to the right places for people that are suffering from mental illness. The money is being allocated from judges to people with addictions who don't take the stuff seriously, where people like me and Scott are sitting here and we legitimately have problems and we want help, but they're not allocating enough services to those people that need it. It's being allocated to people that don't want it. They're just doing it to stay out of jail. Well, fuck you. Move out of my way. I need that help. We need that help.
Yep.
So
I think it's more on a reactive program than it is proactive. So they don't typically look at us like they need to help us until we've done something serious, either harm ourselves or others.
Until you go down to that breaking point. Yeah.
And then
You gotta
all of a
snap
sudden
first.
it's like, oh well, let's do what we can to help them. Well, you could have done that early on.
Right.
How
Right.
many
And you know what? And you know what? Both you and Tony will go ahead and like say, "What? You didn't fucking believe me now? Guess what? Who's right now?"
Yeah. How many hospital trips until you're actually going to listen to me until you say, okay, there's something wrong here? After I racked up like $2,000 of co-pays from going to the hospital, you should automatically sit there and say, there's something wrong here. This is $100 every time this. Yeah.
Let's dive into that real quick about just for the military's sake anyway, the VA. So I don't know if you guys know this, but once you get a disability rating, they'll tell you that they will review your case yearly. So there's a good chance once you, I mean, because you can't work with extreme PTSD, not like a regular job.
Right.
I just can't do it. So, and I tried for 3-4 years after having anxiety attacks. But so yearly, they're going to review my case and possibly interview me and to see if I'm better. And if I'm better, they're going to take my money away. So now I have this cloud over my head, constantly thinking
that you don't want to get better.
I'm gonna lose this money, but I'm still fucked up.
Right.
And if I could get better, I don't need the money, and that's why I'll hand the money off. I don't want it.
Right.
But if I can hold a stable job, so that mixed in with like you said, keep going to the hospital, right? Mm-hmm. I've been to Fort Myers Hospital. I've been down here to the Port Charlotte Hospital a couple times, and then my last trip was over at the Sarasota Memorial Hospital. And they told me the next time that I come in the ER with a panic attack, they're going to admit me. Yeah. So there goes anxiety, right? So now they're telling me, oh, you have panic attack due to anxiety, but here's more anxiety for you because next time you come in, we're going to take you away from your family and friends. We're going to board you up and, we're going to try to get you help. But that's a scary fucking thing to
because you're going to be considered a psych patient at that point.
Yeah. And so I'm like, well, fuck that. I'm not going to the hospital anymore. Right. So now where do I go?
Well, and another thing too, if you have kids, and I knew this just because of years of in social services, but I was on a medication, and part of it, if the withdrawals from it is you tend to be suicidal. So I would actually hit that point of feeling unsafe for myself and other people. And I told David, I said, don't let the kids come in this room because just their voices would just really set me off. So I barricaded myself in the room. And the thing is, like he said, maybe call the hotline. You cannot call the hotline if you have kids, because that's one of the questions they'll ask you is, do you have children? Are they in your home? And at that point, you will now have a DCF case.
Yeah, well, they want to separate.
And who doesn't? Exactly.
And that's, looking at it from a logistics standpoint, that makes sense, right? You want to take the kids away but from you, that's your biggest support or your biggest,
exactly
reason for going on. And now they're
so
going to take it away from you. So then I'm
just in there coping and rocking, like, just get me through it. Let's just get through it. And then you'll feel better in a few days. Because I couldn't take that step to talk to somebody. Because the moment I say, this is where I'm at, that I've got a whole new set of worms that I got to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened to me in 2019. Just as exactly what Scott was talking about. The 2019, I went to the hospital 12 times because I didn't know what was going on. That's when my injury happened in 2017. I lived through it through 2018 to deal with it. 2019 began. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Been going to the hospital. All these tests were done. And the next thing you know, I was admitted for 3 months. 3 months I was away from my family. And they got it right. I gotta give credit where credit's due, but it was a long time away. It was the whole entire summer that I was gone. But they got it right. They got me medicated. They got me on the right path, got me in the Heroes program. But it took 12 times for me to go to the hospital. You should have been on top of this shit square one. That's the problem. 12 times. Was it a money thing? Were you looking at me just for money because you knew I was going to come back and here's another Ativan to calm you down and then come back to us in 2 days when you're going to have another one? I just felt like it was a money scheme until they finally got me help and got me where I needed to be. Yep. But it got to a really dark and scary place there for a minute because the 12th time that I was there, I said, look, if you don't fix this and we're not going to get something corrected, I'm jumping off the fucking bridge tonight. And then that's how bad it was because I was at that point that I couldn't live with it no more. And that's it. That was it. 3 months. Those words right there, jumping off the bridge, I wasn't leaving. So,
right.
so-
Yeah, game over for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you say. And
Well,
that's
I
another
kind of,
part of
I
that,
kind of
too,
did it
like-
on purpose, Scott. I kind of did it
Oh,
on
I'm sure
purpose.
you did, yeah. I mean,
kind of
12
did it on
times.
purpose. You know,
It's like you kind of know the system triggers.
Yeah,
It's
you know what's going to pop off. And
let me say,
send red
jump off the
flags.
bridge, and they're going to finally react.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
my
sad
son-
that has to have to come
My
like that.
son thought the same thing. So he, as you two know, he was in a very toxic relationship, and he calls me. I haven't heard from him in like 2 years, and he says I'm in my car, and he goes, I just want to tell you I love you, and I'm sorry for everything. He goes, but I'm going off this bridge. Now I'm 1,700 miles away. I don't want to get off the phone with him because then I can't keep talking to him. I talked him into going to a facility. He goes to the facility. They actually told him he was not suicidal enough to admit.
Suicidal enough?
Enough.
Come back to us and talk to us when you're flying.
Yeah.
When you're
Yep.
when you're halfway down.
Listen. Get over to the bridge and take one step off, and then give us a call.
Exactly. So
I mean, what the fuck?
thank goodness.
Call me after you hit the water.
Yeah, right.
They're reaching out, at least because I said, all right, they're willing to put you in a program. But how many people don't have somebody sitting there kind of rooting them on and keeping them strong?
It's not
and keeping
even
them from
that,
taking
because
that
if
step.
they, most of the people don't have that voice of reason.
Exactly.
And they're done.
Yep.
So I would say a lot of people do have, because I don't want people, if people are listening, I don't want them to feel bad like, what could they have done? A lot of times you're not thinking clearly either. I'll go ahead and tell you, I've been suicidal a couple times. One of my main ones was my second deployment, because I had done Afghanistan. I survived it. I was so happy to be out of there. I'd go anywhere. I'd go to Iraq. I'd go to Africa, Yemen, like anywhere else. But they sent me back to Afghanistan, back to the exact same thing that I was doing before. I lived in the exact same bee hut, which is like a little plywood doghouse. I lived in the exact same one that I lived into 15 months, before. Now I'm there for 12 more months. I'm sorry, I shook that. But and so I took my M4 to my head, and that's a scary situation. Now, scarier situation, which I just went through last year, was I didn't realize that I was suicidal until I got out of this. I spent about 2 to 3 weeks solving all of my problems with saying it's just better off if I'm not here.
Right.
Now that wasn't like, oh, I want to go kill myself or slit my wrist. It was just logistically, like, my family would be better off. I would be better off. My friends would be better off. And for about 2 to 3 weeks, I was like this. And then I started coming back, and I was like, holy shit. Like, I was down a deep path and not knowing it, because I wasn't thinking clearly. So I wouldn't have thought to reach out to someone, because to me, I was like, I'm not suicidal.
Right.
So
denial.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all big deny. 813-699-5353. We're going to take a break. It's been an hour and 15 since I promised Scott a drink. So I'm going to go ahead and fulfill my promise and probably take a leak while I'm at it. Oh, TMI. But whatever. So don't go anywhere. We're going to come right back with probably maybe lighten the mood a little bit. Get some Facebook memes, some articles that we need to go over, some Disney news and all that stuff. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Stay where you are. The Charles Richardson Show will return after this.
Running in circles inside my head, still contemplating all those things you ever said, sneaking up on me like a thief in the night. But this time I'm afraid that I'm too weak to fight, but I just can't help myself. You're the poison on my lips, and I love the way it tastes. The closer you come my way, the farther I start to slip. We both know that we're not meant to be. We're just a song, a romance, and misery. I can't apologize anymore. What I need to do is just close that door. Break the lock and
Suzanne, coffee on?
Yes.
Great. Peter Brand.
Really?
How are you? Hi, how you doing?
Nice to see you.
Good to have you here. Well, you moving fast.
Yeah, I got here early this morning.
Wow.
All moved in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Billy. I wanted you to see these player evaluations that you asked me to do.
I asked you to do 3.
Yeah.
To evaluate 3 players.
Yeah.
How many did you do?
47.
Okay.
Actually, 51. I don't know why I lied just then.
Why don't you walk me through the board?
Thank you.
Far from human, I look to the sky. Wonder why there's nothing inside. So far away, no care in the world. To move through space easily. How many ways can someone be me? To do anything, what's the point? To take away something beautiful. To sad in the world. So that I can shine no more. What's real in the pitiful forever? Life's is illusion. Ooh, that's the door. Look at the light so far away. There's nothing really left to say. Do you feel your heartbeat? Does that make you truly human? Look at the light so far away. There's nothing really left to say. Do you feel your heartbeat? Does that make you truly human? Unto the veil of what we know lies the tomb of many know. Maybe they know the truth. We're all zombies with no mind, feeding on what they give, not able to think apart. So put your heads down and obey. What can we do to break free? Be the man I want to be. In a world so high on pills, it's easier to kill. Life is illusion. Ooh, that's the door. Look at the light so far away. There's something really left to say. Do you feel your heartbeat? Does that make you truly human? Look at the light so far away. There's nothing really left to say. Do you feel your heartbeat? Does that make you human?
Pissing me off. Fuck.
I bang on the door, but you won't let me in. 'Cause you're sick and tired of me creaking up gin. You locked all the doors from the front to the back. And left me a note telling me I should pack. I walk in the bar and the fellas all cheer. They order me up a whiskey and beer. You ask me why I'm writing this poem. Call it a tavern, but I call it home. Fuck you, I'm drunk. Fuck Fuck you, I'm drunk for my beer down the sink. I've got more in the trunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk. And I'm going to be drunk till the next time I'm drunk. You've given me an option. You say I must choose between you and the liquor. Then I'll take the booze. I'm jumping on Buster down to the south side, where I'll sit down and exercise my Irish pride. Fuck you, I'm drunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk for my beer down the sink. I've got more in the trunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk. And I'm going to be drunk till the next time I'm
We're back to the best show you have never heard of. That's the Charles Richardson Show.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. 813-699-5353. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our partners over at Hulk Calling and Contracting. I want to go ahead and give them a call at 941-204-1264. Why, you say? Because, well, they're the best at what they do. What do they do? Well, besides shooting loads all over Karen's face, David has some of the best jobs that he's ever done. Yeah, he's done some of the best jobs. I gotta mute him.
Why you gotta add that in there like it's something they do?
Oh, you don't think they do you?
Hey, hold on, Tony. There's a couple of our
Listen, he handles wood very well. He
Yes.
does a lot of tree trimming and hauling, and of course, he can go ahead and mow that bush of yours, and also do your lawn. And it's all from auto repair, home remodels to hauling stuff away. Give him a call. Hulk Hauling and Contracting, show of all of Southwest Florida. 941-204-1264, 941-204-1264. When Karen's face is not numb with cum, you can go ahead and give her a call, and they'll come running.
Where facials come to life.
Listen, he's got a couple sugar mamas that I'm pretty sure he's not over there actually doing trees and fencing and stuff like he says he is.
Yeah, he's hauling something else, if you know what I'm saying. Just saying.
You can't hit me with that and I think you're gonna get a laugh, dude. You can't do that. You can't.
We just slid that right in there too.
Yeah,
Can't do that.
I'm pretty good at sliding into stuff. You know what I'm saying? Will, what's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
No. How's it going with you there, buddy? Talk to me, man. Don't bring the show further down. You got to talk to me.
It's going good. It's going good. I talked with my friend who is a lawyer, and he literally told me, he goes, hey, if you refuse to testify, they can't make you testify, and if you don't testify, they don't have a case.
Okay. So we're not testifying.
Yeah, just let the state do their thing.
Hell no, I'm not.
Okay.
No. And
well, it's great hearing from you.
Yeah. Sure. Oh man.
Come on, man. We got to fire away. We only got 30 minutes. We got a lot to do.
I don't know why I can't access the video on Facebook. It's not. It like just keeps loading and loading and loading. And I was like, they're still live. I'm calling in. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about right now. But
somebody
I got you. Hold on.
Load my video. Yeah.
We just got done talking about loads.
Yeah, I know, right? I gave you the number to go ahead and call for some loads.
It's working.
Okay. So it's Will. Will, get your lawyer on that case. She's probably blocking your internet.
No, I'm staying in a motel. There's a guy who is a gamer that just moved in with a gaming laptop.
Go steal it.
Literally hogging all the bandwidth.
Is it Xbox?
Kick his ass. You won't, dude. You go over there and you just roll on him, dude.
Yeah, just roll over him. He's got an Xbox. You got a big wheel.
I'll
You got a
roll
big
over
wheel?
in my wheelchair. Like, motherfucker, stop taking my bandwidth.
Yes, you just fucking said that. Oh my god, my numbers just jumped up. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
He's got a big wheel?
He's got a big wheel.
Let's go.
He's on wheels.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is true. I'm always rolling. You know what I mean?
Rolling.
Well, you roll over this guy.
Get the
You're taking
the
away
bad
from
American
a handicapped person. What kind of person are you?
right.
Just lay it on thick.
Oh,
Yeah, lay it on
man.
thick. Like lay on him thick.
Yeah, you know, Will, when you called in, you let out a moan. Like I didn't know what was going on at first. When you let out that moan,
It sounded like
freaked.
Eeyore.
Yeah, you were like, oh. I was like, whoa.
I just got done thinking of Charles taking a shower. That's what.
Thank you, Will.
I thought you were just calling for Karen because of the whole calling and contracting facials. I thought that's what we were calling for.
To haul his ass away.
Karen has been absolutely amazing with this whole situation I'm going through.
Yep.
She has been messaging me on Facebook. We've
Trying to get
chatted on
hooked
the
up.
phone for like an hour.
Trying to get you laid.
Look,
Karen's just helping me get through a hard time right now. She's being a good friend.
that's right,
Very good.
Charles.
I knew that. I just didn't want to
You
admit
can't do this shit, Charles. You can't say things like this.
Say what? What did I do?
You just can't do this with me on the air. You can't. You know where my mind goes. It goes back to my old show, and I'm like, I
Dude,
can't do that.
That's
No.
what I'm saying. I think if you had known me in another lifetime, like maybe a year or two ago, I'd probably be on that show with all your buddies.
Bad things happen to good people.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know who they are, but I'm sure they're bad things that happen.
All I can think is putting that on a T-shirt.
Bad things happen to good people. Don't know who they are.
Hey, actually,
Wear that T-shirt to court.
You know
Yeah,
what?
right.
Dane Cook.
Oh, Dane Cook is such a loser. I really hate him. I got one of his clips, but
Back
he's
in the
such a
day-
loser.
hey, back in the day, he was funny as hell.
Back in the day, he still was a schmuck.
Will, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. When the show's over tonight, go on YouTube and look up a comedian by the name of Vic DiBitetto. All right, he's the bread and milk guy. I want you.
Hey, Charles, text it to me so I know the spelling and everything.
What the fuck do you think I am?
You're a secretary, dude.
You're the one stroking his Johnson. You texted to him.
I'm just stroking the keyboard.
Well, whatever. It's giving him pleasure. Stroking the keyboard, stroking the mouse.
What's the name of it?
Go ahead and stick his fingers up your blouse.
Vic DiBitetto.
Whoa. Hey, there's only one blouse I want to go of, and that's my wife. Okay?
Oh, you're boring.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to bring this up. I had something weird happen to me the other day.
Oh, boring.
All right,
not texting
Scott.
me anymore, Will.
Scott, don't judge me. Don't judge me here. But I had something that happened to me the other day.
All right.
All right, so my wife bought cheap toilet paper, and
go ahead,
I was wiping my ass, and my finger broke through the toilet paper while I was wiping my ass. Dude, Charles, I actually finger banged myself for the first time in my entire life.
Like repetitive?
No, not repetitive.
Okay.
Like the finger went whoop, and I was like, oh,
It's not like you're like, no, I just did it over and over.
I actually told my wife about it, and I was like, "You can't buy this toilet paper no more." I was like, "You can't do this. You can't do this to me." I was like, "This is fucked up."
I'd say two things about that. One, you have an alphabet community you can join now, and two, I'm not so sure that's the first time, quote unquote.
I'm just looking at Charles' face like, God damn it.
You were thinking about Pickle Park.
I wasn't thinking about Billy.
He needs to be like a regular.
Charles's face is just
going
like
on here?
Charles's face is just like, what the fuck?
The show has turned.
It has turned.
You on drugs?
So, which aspect of mental health are you guys talking
said
about?
ass.
today?
We're talking about finger banging right now. I don't know what mental
I'm
health we're
trying to get
talking
to-
about.
Hey, I'm trying to get you back on topic of mental health, man. 'cause
No,
it's very-
we're talking about the back, all right.
Yeah, we're talking about the rears.
Talking about the treatment now.
This is the treatment.
Yeah, prosthetic.
Don't buy cheap toilet paper, people.
I'm so glad I buy 2-ply. Thank God.
I
Charlie
need like
says I buy
4.
prison toilet paper because I buy the Scott.
Oh, that is bad.
That's horrible. I've used that stuff before.
Hey,
I didn't finger bang. I didn't finger bang
Charmin.
myself, but I've used that stuff.
Charmin, like
If I use Charmin,
Right.
nothing's banging me. Is all I can say. 'Cause I'm allergic to that stuff.
Listen, all I can say is I buy I go to the store and I buy the ones that say you
Finger
get
bang.
70,000 rolls in one, and that's the one I get. Basically, the thing is about as wide as my toilet seat. That's how much I get.
It's because it's inflated from all the fluff.
Whatever, fluff, buff. I don't give a shit.
I get the one that advertises. It says, "Don't be like Tony."
Exactly. Don't buy my wife bought the one that's my wife bought the one that's a prostate massage.
Charles, I got a great joke for you.
Oh no. Okay, good.
So there's a bear and a bunny, and they're both shitting in the woods.
Bullshit.
And the bear looks at the bunny. He goes, "Hey, when you shit, do you ever have the problem of shit sticking to your fur?" And the bunny says, "No." So the bear picks up the bunny and wipes his ass with him.
Nice. That makes me think of the movie Open Season where they throw the rabbits.
Yeah.
That's so mean.
Silly faggot. Dicks for kids.
Hey, wifey told me that joke. I thought it was hilarious.
That was horrible. Will,
I give you credit, Will. You got my support.
Yeah, that's a lie.
We're trying to lift Will up here.
Lift him up some other way. Like, help him stand.
That's rude.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it, Charles.
Fuck. Welcome to the Charles Richardson Show, where we talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Hey, we should. Apparently. Fucking guys on a roll tonight with these little one-liners.
Finger banging. I love it. Gentlemen.
Do you have
wait.
problems
I have a
banging your ass?
new commercial here.
Try new 10-ply
No,
toilet paper.
stop it. Gentlemen, have you realized that your ass wiping is inadequate? Well, you need this 1-ply Charmin where you can go ahead and not only wipe your ass clean of shit, but it's so good that it will allow you to finger bang you while you're on the can. Don't wait for your wife to do it. Go ahead and just go at it.
Don't wait for your wife to finger bang you.
Don't wait
finger
for her.
Bang yourself on the can.
Don't wait for her to put on that strap on and make you take it deep. Go ahead and beat her to the punch.
You're thinking way too much into this.
Loosen up. Loosen up for your wife.
You're thinking way too much.
Great for you tonight.
What? This sounds like a 2 a.m. like infomercial.
I know, right?
I'm sorry, Alyssa.
Like, have you ever orgasmed on the toilet? Now you can.
Isn't that what the bidet
Try
is
our
for?
1-ply paper thin toilet paper.
Have you ever shot your load inside the toilet? Shoot your load sitting down. Go ahead and finger bang with our 1-ply TP.
I'm never telling you again when this
Shoot it in
happens.
the toilet? I'm just curious. I mean, I don't have a penis, so
Wait a second. What finger do you use?
Did you just ask?
No, I'm curious. No, I'm curious.
Hey, he used his thumb. It's wide and
That's
thick.
what I want to
My
know.
God. No.
Was it so? Is your asshole so tight that you can only get your pinky up there,
No,
or
hold
did
on.
you go full thumb,
or was it?
Or maybe it was more than one finger.
Oh, you're asking me. You're asking me this question.
Yeah,
So-
I'm asking you this question.
You want to know? You want to get into specifics
ask.
now.
Yeah, I gotta get
want-
specifics.
Why you want to get into specifics? Why you
Because
want
you're
to know?
talking
What you want to know? Knuckle deep, or do you want to know just fingertip?
If that's what it was,
Wrist deep.
I want to know. Yeah, it was at wrist deep. I mean, because let's put it this way: you could be a real just complete pussy and probably not even feel anything.
Bro, I don't
He
wipe
must
my
have
ass
really
like
liked
I'm
him hard if he
yeah.
was going wrist deep.
I mean, you're talking about taking a shit and then wiping it with 1-ply, and then after that, ooh, that feels good. Let me just fuck myself in the ass.
Wait, you should be proud of me because I'm not that guy that goes and takes like 1,000 pieces of toilet paper and wipes my ass. I take like 2 sheets and then I go. All right, right. I don't use it.
Do you itch
2
at all?
sheets.
Do you have a bidet?
Yeah, I save toilet paper, Alyssa. I
No, you gotta have.
No, that's like what you would use
You
on
need
a
to make
toddler.
a barrier there.
Listen. I don't want to get into poop talk because this isn't that type of show. But
excuse me.
I didn't. I wasn't talking about poop. I wasn't.
Wait, everybody, shut the fuck up. Everybody, shut the fuck up. Well, shut up.
I wasn't saying my shit was watery.
Who's the one that brought up? Hey,
I said I wiped my. I said I wiped my ass. I didn't. I wasn't sitting here talking about. Hey, it was a clean turd. Wasn't talking about. I wasn't talking about
must
that.
Have been if you're only using 2 fucking.
It was a clean turd.
It must have been. But then it's like, why even bother wiping?
So
what are you talking about? What do you mean, Charles?
Why even bother? You
Are
you just want to feel your fingers up your ass.
You're that guy?
No, I didn't say I'm that guy.
You're that guy that just pulls your pants up after a clean turd and just walks away?
There's never a clean turd with me. The toilet's like fucking full. There's never clean turds with me. Fill it to the brim. Let's put it that way. I have the plunger on standby.
I have the same music note every single time. That's it. Just
oh my god.
That's it. I don't have any of that, Charles. I just have bloop.
I do.
I feel like you're attacking me now.
I know, right?
That's messed up.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
We all can't.
I mean, I have
bowel movement.
I mean, I have PTSD, but I may have some type of fucked up.
I guarantee you, Alyssa. I guarantee you, Alyssa's been sitting there, and it's like the Dumb and Dumber scene when the dude's sitting there, and Charles is like, Alyssa, I need toilet paper.
Listen, that's happening to me. Listen, that's happening to me. I don't want to hear it.
Charles has a motor hooked up to his toilet so he can kickstart the thing to flush his massive turds.
I'm guarantee Alyssa's had that yell in the hallway a couple times.
No.
Baby wipes! Baby wipes!
And then he goes, fire in the hole!
This makes me want to put cameras in David's porta johns.
Yeah. It's never been that
on
bad.
a throne, be on film.
It's never been that bad. But yes, I'm sorry. It's never a straight out 130.
Well,
you just don't have a poop.
No, I don't have a poop. I have a
a poop.
I have a swish. It's like a basketball going to my toilet.
It's like a fucking metal concert going on in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's a 3-pointer from way downtown.
No Olympic
I
medals
come
for these
to support mental health, and we talk about turds.
Well, this whole show's gone to shit.
Let me tell you something. This has been very good for my mental health tonight. So,
and we're not talking about
Tony?
turds. We're talking about shit.
Tony, you're not alone.
I'm great. Hey, listen. If it puts a smile on your face, we did our job.
There you go.
Maybe.
You're smiling. You're smiling. Don't even act like you're not. He's like
everybody else though.
You started the show off by leaving your fucking guest in the driveway. So right from the get, I was like, oh, there we go. I was like, here we go. We know what type of show this is tonight.
Away.
You really gonna hold that on me?
Yes, I
am.
am.
Hold that on. No, you're not. No, you fucking can't hold that on me.
You're peeking through the window. Who's this guy?
Are you a fucking piece of shit that's gonna go ahead and scream and yell at me because I left a guest in the driveway who I don't even know? Who I told Karen. I told Karen I am not allowing this person in my house without you here. And we're gonna be there at 6:50, 6:55, 7 o'clock. 7:10. They fire their ass in here. Basically, almost like they're running. No, it's not my fault.
Do you have you have security footage out there? You should.
I do.
You could post me at the end of your driveway for the Facebook.
There you go.
I actually have a Ring doorbell camera out there.
There you go.
Yeah, I could see.
You just sit there and watch.
Ow.
You can put that on Facebook. It'd be my 3-minute clip.
Tell it. No, it's more than 3 minutes.
What would Mo say? What would
I don't
Mo
know what
say?
Mo say. Who cares what Mo would say?
Mo probably actually has some bathroom stories.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Mo has. I mean,
David's
come on.
not here. Should I tell his?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
And be as graphic as possible.
Well, I couldn't tell you like graphic wise because there's no possible way of being there because David does not take a poop at home.
What?
Ever.
That's usually the
I heard
opposite.
the opposite. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
He will
he does it
not.
outside.
He will not. Now, supposedly when he was a kid, he used to clog up their toilet all the time. So
That
his
sounds
mom
familiar.
would
Like a
make him
minute ago.
walk to the gas station and go to the bathroom. So when we first got together, I was trying to figure out where does he keep disappearing to, and it's only every 2 weeks. But it was like clockwork. Yes, I know. I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute.
How do you-
Time
how
out.
do you know
Time out.
them all
What is
that?
wrong with you if you only go
He poops every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
David, call in and confirm.
I mean, I could see maybe like a couple of days,
Yeah, no.
but not 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and I said, no wonder.
Will,
You're
do you
such a
clog up the
grouch
toilet?
ass Sometimes.
Occasionally.
Okay, that's all I cared
It's
about.
really coming down out there. So that's
All right. Well,
so
I'm gonna
his
get going. You guys have a great show, man.
You
Thanks,
too,
Will.
Will.
Sorry for ignoring you, man. I apologize. It just went.
No, you're
It took
good,
a
you're
really
good.
weird twist.
All right.
It
I
went
love
to the
Will.
shitter.
I love
It's
Will.
okay.
It went to the shit. Thank you, man. Take care.
So he goes every 2 weeks. So I found out that he was going down to the local arena where they have the porta johns out. Well, his brother actually almost, but David got out in time. But he was backing his truck up because he was just going to chain it and then drag it around the barrels in the arena. That would have been funny. Not for David, but for us, it would have been funny. So he had.
No wonder. You know what? Now this makes sense. No wonder he wants to go into the porta john business.
So he
'Cause
always
he's-
has somewhere to
He
go.
always has somewhere to
Load
go.
up in the back of the truck.
I get it now.
So is he installing an outhouse on the house now?
He won't like. He comes home the other day and he says, "I feel much better." I'm like, "What happened?" "Oh, I stopped off at Speedway." That's nice.
Is it
huh?
concerning that I have to take a dump now?
Empathy movement.
all this pressure. So
It is. It's pressure.
now when he had his gallbladder removed, I told him, I said, well, good luck holding it for 2 weeks. I said, because when you have that gallbladder removed, the food just like in one way and out the other. And he goes, no, I'll be all right. I'll be damned if the
How
guy
the
still can hold it.
How
I don't
the
know how he
fuck
does it.
2 weeks.
I don't know.
He's
but
lying.
he will not go.
He's
He
lying.
refuses to go home.
He's lying. Maybe he poops at home every 2 weeks.
Oh, no, he does not.
No.
I'm the only one that uses our bathroom in the master bathroom.
Wow.
He will not. I don't know what it is. Now, I have been at the courthouse with
You
him
know
and
what?
him go to the bathroom.
We need to hire those public investigators from
PIs,
cheaters.
yeah.
From cheaters.
Yep.
And they say,
Cheaters.
listen, we think he's doing something, and they go ahead and say, yes, he's having an affair with an outhouse.
They kick in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times have you been here?
I mean that's
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing though.
so
2
sick.
weeks.
That
Well,
is-
I've actually had him in the hospital, and this doctor leaned over and she goes, he needs to take a poop. And I'm like, what? She goes, his intestines are completely impacted. And I'm like, I told you, you need to go to the bathroom more often. But no, he just doesn't. He doesn't. I don't know how he does it. I would be so sick. I would definitely be in the hospital.
He's going to have some issues. I know he is.
He has
He's,
to.
No, he's going to have issues.
Oh,
it's
well,
not that. It's going. He's going to.
That's probably true
It's
too.
sad.
I'm surprised that he doesn't like vomit constantly because
actually
at a certain point there's
Maybe
no
that is
more
why he
room
throws
for it.
up. I never thought of
You
that.
got to rewire that connection.
Something. Yeah, but he does. He just sporadically he'll just start throwing up.
Wow.
So maybe that's why.
That's
Could
that's
be.
probably what it is. He
He's brought it on himself.
Yeah, he's trying to get like really petite and lose weight. He's just going to stick his fingers down his throat and throw up.
I wouldn't be able to eat. That's another thing. I wouldn't be able to eat anymore
Ugh.
because you just like hit that point. You're, I can't possibly put any more. But no, like I said, I don't know how he does it. All of us have like tormented him about it and said it makes no sense. But like when he's had the flu, he'll leave the house 1-2 o'clock in the morning to go find a bathroom. Like you have
What
a
did he-
toilet right here.
That's childhood
What did he
development
do
issue.
during COVID when some of the gas station bathrooms were closed?
Oh, I drove him from each one till he found one.
Yeah.
And he's particular at which ones he'll go to as well.
Oh,
Of
so am
course.
I.
He has to have industrial toilets.
Well, yeah, for shit the size of that, yeah.
Yeah, you've been holding it for 2 weeks.
That thing needs to flush like it's
Like the hotel
Like
bathrooms
multiple
at Disney.
it's like that suction at Willy Wonka's fucking.
If you've
That
ever
suction needs to go
stayed at
really
the-
fast.
at the resorts at Disney, the toilets.
Take
They're like
forever.
they take it.
they're gonna suck you down
Yeah.
with it.
It's like an airplane toilet.
Yeah.
They
Right.
take you and it and everything else.
Right.
I don't know how much longer you want to stay on this topic, but
I think it's time. I think it's time to do the Facebook memes. Let's put that. Let's go ahead and change topics like drastically, like now. Oh my God, we only have a few.
I don't
of them.
have a lot of them. Sorry.
No, I'm not blaming you, but I am.
Mhm.
All right, let's go to this first one here. This one here has a photo of Mark Zuckerberg with like the green stone from Marvel, and it says Mark Zuckerfuck using the time stone to ban me for shit I posted 3 years ago.
I don't know about you guys, but a lot of people are getting slammed for things from 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
I had a friend who said that she had posted a video a few years ago of her kids opening Christmas presents, and there was Christmas music in the background, and
But Will sent me that one actually.
Oh God. So this one here is Dr. Fauci says if you wear 2 swimsuits, you can pee in the pool this summer. More CDC guidelines opening up. There's Alphonse. Who the fuck is that? From Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Carlton. Thank you. Carlton says, her mom says, slow down on your food or you'll choke. No, she won't. Donald Duck waking up, sleepy-eyed. Somebody ever lied to you and said it didn't click until 2:48 a.m.? And Donald says, dirty motherfucker.
Well, a lot of things happen that way too. In the middle of the night, you're like, son of a bitch.
So the finger going this far, it says if this ever becomes an emoji, women are going to have a field day.
I agree. I like that. I like that idea.
The little penis size.
You do that with the eggplant?
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be bad.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
Little penis.
So cute.
And that is the memes for today, Friday, June the 4th, 2021. We do have good news tonight.
We do.
So we are not going to go ahead and waste any
Pull it
time.
back up
well,
here.
well, actually, I have a few things here. We got about 10 minutes. So how big is the story?
And then hang on.
I'm hanging.
Hang on.
Okay, then just real quick. This is just a yes or no.
Yes.
How do you feel now that about getting the vaccination after all this being released about Fauci now?
I'm still all right with it.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's a political issue.
Well, yeah. We're not trying to make it political or anything, but apparently Fauci had some emails. Is that what you're talking about?
Well,
Karen?
that's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's coming out that it really was nothing to really be upset about or anything, and that his was a monetary purpose for saying what he did and so on and so forth.
So whatever. But it is what it is. It's working. It seems like it's working.
Anyway,
That's it? Okay.
The good news isn't super long.
All right, good. All right, so a couple of things here. So DeSantis down here in Florida did a couple of things. One of them, he finally went ahead and put into law the transgender sports bill, meaning down here in Florida, girls are going to play girls sports and boys are going to play boys sports. This is what we're doing. We're going to make sure that this is the reality. That's what DeSantis said at the signing ceremony. The measure, SB 1028, seeks to make female athletes' eligibility for sports teams contingent on their biological sex on birth certificates that are issued at or near the time of the student's birth. House Republicans attached the transgender athlete ban to the sweeping education bill in the waning days of the legislative session that will wrap up on April 30. Excuse me. So, how do we feel about this bill? Where it now goes ahead and says if you're born a female, don't care if you're a male or not. If you're born a male, don't care if you're a female or not. you're playing the sport that God intended you to play.
I think it's sad that we even had to make it a bill.
Well, you know how I feel about the whole transgender thing anyway. I think it's a mental issue. I think this is something that the parents fail at. I honestly think it's like this is something that's made up. So now we're going to go ahead and, you can be whatever sex you want. Doesn't matter if you're born it. You can just pay a large amount of money, do surgery, get injected hormones, because, I mean, that's all natural, right?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I stay away from this topic completely.
Me too.
Why is that? You had no objection on it?
It's just personal choice shit. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So Amazon is no longer going to test job seekers for marijuana. So pot smokers, make your way to the employment office. Amazon said Tuesday that it's going to stop testing job seekers for marijuana. The company is the second largest private employer in the U.S. behind Walmart, is making the change as states legalize cannabis or introduce laws banning employers from testing it. In March, a New York man sued Amazon, saying the company rescinded his job offer at an Amazon warehouse because he tested positive for weed, even though the city banned employees from testing job applicants for cannabis in 2020. Amazon said in a blog post that it will still test workers for other drugs and conduct impairment checks on the job. And the company said some roles may still require a cannabis test in line with the Department of Transportation regulations. All right, how about this? Does anybody have an opinion on this part?
I agree with this.
I do too.
Same.
So we're all good with making weed legal and everything like that, right?
Here's the problem with making weed legal, right? Jersey, where I'm at, is 100% is legal now. But now it's going to each township, and each township is banning for dispensaries. So it's getting harder to pass a dispensary because it's legal now, because townships don't want it. That's where the problem lies now. So
they can make it legal, but the townships can go ahead and ban it.
Make it then, and the townships can make it illegal for the township.
That is fucked up.
And that's what we're running into. More townships now are saying, nope, not having it here.
Nope. In Pensacola, Florida, a parent is calling for action after she says her daughter accidentally ate marijuana products that look like candy. In the package, it's faded fruits labeled Hawaiian Punch. Says it's got 500 mgs of THC. Morgan McCoy says she was visiting her brother in Jacksonville with her 6-year-old daughter stayed back with the other kids and parents. After swimming, one of the parents changed out of wet clothes in the room her daughter slept in. She had a bag of marijuana edibles from California in her pocket, similar looking to Hawaiian Punch gummies. McCoy says the woman took them out of her pocket, putting the bag in the drawer with clothes. Her daughter eventually ended up eating them. She quoted, "My daughter, because we normally went into that room, went in there to find dry clothes to change out of her bathing suit, and she came across the bags and she ate an edible. Thank God there was only one in there." So McCoy says they went to the hospital where her daughter spent the night recovering. She says the gummy had 50 milligrams of THC, the main component in cannabis that makes you high. As a medical marijuana patient herself, she says she would take 25 at most. The Florida Poison Control Center is that they're seeing a spike in children consuming edibles. In 2020, they've treated 130 kids aged 12 and under. Now halfway through 2021, already 119. One factor is Florida started allowing edible medical marijuana products last August. Thoughts on this one here? Should marijuana be like classified as keeping a gun safe, something like that?
No, but I think you should classify it like the rest of your medication.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, honestly, growing up, I was never allowed to touch anyone's stuff at anyone else's house without permission. So
unfortunately, there's parental guidances that aren't there anymore.
But okay, so if you had somebody bringing in edibles to your house where there was no edibles, especially in a child's room, where listen, all you're doing is just changing out of wet clothes and maybe having a couple of gummies here while you're at it and stashing the rest in a drawer, just completely forgetting about it. I mean, is that somebody you're going to take a look at? How irresponsible are you?
Well, honestly, I would be upset at my guest or whoever it was more than I would be at a company. I mean, like if somebody brought a gun in my house and stuffed it in a drawer, knowing that I had kids,
Yeah.
and they got it out and shot it. Am I going to go, be mad at Smith and Wesson, or am I going to be mad at that person?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's like you need to go ahead. Well, she's calling for action. I think the action would be, hey, why don't you go ahead and tell your guests not to bring shit like this in the house,
and maybe repackaging. Because I will say the packaging, even if you get like the CBD ones at the gas station, it doesn't look much different than it's got a nice little rainbow color across the center.
Yep.
And I mean, it does say CBD, but
it's
don't
like
care. It's a
but you
gummy.
see a big thing says Hawaiian
Well,
Punch.
exactly.
I'm eating it.
Exactly.
Just like, if you've got your gummy vitamins or whatever, they come in a child-safe packaging.
Yeah.
They should have it in a child-safe.
Yeah, I think
that's a good point.
I mean, they
good
come in a
point.
prescription bag. Have you seen them? They're usually in like a white bag, with,
right, or even a
prescription
white
on 'em.
bottle, but they're still
Yeah.
they're just flip tops.
Yeah, that
So
should
it's-
be probably the.
I think that's where the
adjusted.
action needs to be.
All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. It's time for the good news. All right, Big Boobs McGee's on the case again. There she is with the good news, everybody.
A 7-year-old boy swam an hour to rescue his dad and his little sister. In a life and death situations, the instinct to save those who we love can grant us near superhuman powers. On the eve of this past Memorial Day weekend, thanks to a small but mighty hero who rose to meet such a challenge, a father and little girl are alive to tell the tale. Chase Poust, a 7-year-old, he and his dad, Stephen, and his 4-year-old sister, Abigail, were out for a family boating excursion on Florida's St. Johns River near Mandarin Point. Chase and Abigail were swimming and at the stern of the anchored boat while Steve was on the deck fishing. It was an idyllic outing until a strong current loosened Abigail's grip and she let go of the boat. Instantly realizing his sister would be swept away, Chase let go of the boat as well to try and reach her. Stephen leaped into the water, but after realizing he couldn't keep up with both kids, he was faced with an agonizing decision. I told them I loved them because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Stephen told News 4 Jax. I tried to stick with both of them. I wore myself out. She drifted away from me. Directing Chase to swim to shore for help, Stephen stayed behind, keeping as close an eye as he could on Abigail as the life vest that was keeping her above the waves floated further and further from his reach. It was a tough go for the 7-year-old, but rather than attempting to swim all out, Chase wisely paced himself, stopping to float or dog paddle when he was tired. He'd rest and then set off again. The current was going the opposite way of going to the boat and the shore, so it was very hard to swim that way, Chase told Jax. It took Chase an hour to reach the shore. Once on solid ground, he ran to the nearest house and called for help. Members of the Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department, Sheriff's Office, and Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission were dispatched to search for Stephen and Abigail. Miraculously, the two were found and rescued about an hour later, more than a mile from where the boat was abandoned.
Wow, nice. That's a hero right there.
Yep.
Now I'm not sure if we would have sent Tony out there, would have been the same outcome.
Well, yeah, I would have had a boner.
That is all the time we have here. Scott, I want to thank you very much for coming on in, sharing your experiences, and making people aware, more, at least a little bit more aware of PTSD, and that's the goal this month. There will be no show next Friday as we are taking vacay. Karen will be here; she'll probably pop on. But anyway, we'll see you next Wednesday, everybody. Tony D, thanks again for showing up, and you guys have a great weekend. See you, everybody.
Fly too high, get to see the light.